Everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are moving on to the next concept in physics, that is new lesson in part 1, magnetic effects of electric current. So this is a very important lesson, maximum marks you can score from this lesson. So let's begin. So before entering to the concept, let us recall some basic concepts that you have learnt in previous classes. So that is properties of magnets. So these you learnt in from 6th standard, 7th standard and all, and from 8th also. So these are the basic concepts that you have to understand about the magnet. So we have most important 6 properties of magnet. Number 1, as you all know, magnet is a material, right? It is a material which attracts the objects, this is the first property that you can observe in the figure, that is, it is a material, it is a magnet, it is a material, it attracts an object made up of iron, nickel and cobalt, means which are made up of iron, cobalt and nickel. It attracts the object which are made from these. So this is the one of the property of magnet. The second magnet is, as you all know, the magnet has 2 poles. Yes, right? One is north pole and another one is south pole. That means, for example, if you see the magnet, if you freely suspend the magnet, so the side, or if you consider the side which is pointing towards north direction, we are calling it as north pole. Okay, or the side which is pointing towards south direction, we are calling it as south pole. Okay, so which is the second property? Magnet have 2 poles, the north pole and the south pole. Okay, the first one is it attracts the objects which are made up of iron, nickel and cobalt. Second one is magnet have 2 poles, the north pole and the south pole. Okay, if you come for third one, poles always exist in pairs, we cannot be separated. Yes, for example, if I consider a bar magnet, observe, or you can consider this bar magnet which is having north pole and south pole. Okay, now I am going to take a knife and I'll cut it into a half. If we cut into a half, it will not divide into north and south separately. Again, it will form north-south, north-south. Okay, so this is what they're saying. That means if you consider a magnet and if you make that into 2 parts, the poles will not be separated. It will be always in pairs only. You can observe, if you cut into, again it will form north and south pole, again north and south pole. So what we can say, poles always exist in pairs, they cannot be separated. Clear? Then coming to the next property, opposite poles of 2 magnets attract each other. Yes, right? Unlike poles attract each other. That means a south and north, they attract each other. Okay, or if you consider south and south, they are like poles, they will not attract, but they are unlike poles or opposite poles, south and north, or you can consider north and south, they attract each other. So this is the another property that you all know. Next one is, like poles of 2 magnets repel each other. Like poles, like south and south and north, they repel each other, they won't attract each other. Okay, this is the next property. Then, as you all know, the important point, if you suspend magnet through the thread freely, it always come to the rest to north and south direction only. Okay, this is the one of the important that you have to remember. If you freely suspend the magnet using a thread, always it will come to the rest for north and south direction only. These are the 6 important properties of magnet. That means it attracts the objects which are made up of iron, nickel and cobalt, and the magnet has 2 poles, north and south pole, and you cannot separate the poles, they are always in pairs. Next, unlike poles attract each other, like poles repel each other, and if you freely suspend the magnet, it always comes to the rest for north and south direction. Okay, so let's move on to the next concept. Here, if you observe this, here you can observe these are all materials that we learnt in electricity lesson. Here what is happening? Electrical energy is converting into heat energy, right? Then the same here, what we said about this heating effect of electric current, right? But now we are going to discuss about magnetic effect of electric current. That means here electrical energy is converting into heat energy. So now we are converting the magnetic or electrical energy to magnetical energy or magnetic effect, or we can observe the magnetic properties. Clear? So in electricity lesson we learnt about heating effect of electric current. Now that means electrical energy is changing into heat energy. Now we are changing electrical energy to magnetic effect, magnetic. So the name is saying about magnetic effects of electric current. Now let's see. If you go for next, you can observe here the person Hans Christian Ørsted, what he did some experiment to know the relation between electrical energy and the magnetical energy or magnetic effect. So what he did, he took a copper wire or conducting wire and he passed current over it. Okay, he took a conducting wire. You can observe the conducting wire here. So here he took a conducting wire and he passed electricity to that wire. So as soon as the electricity passed, he took a compass near that wire. You can observe the compass is near that wire. As soon as current is passing over the wire, he observed that there is a deflection in the magnetic effect. There is a deflection in that compass. Okay, so that by that he concluded that there is a relationship between the electrical energy and the magnetic effect. So here you can observe in the figure, as soon as there is a connection between the wire. So here see, as soon as he connected, there is a deflection in the compass, right? That means as soon as the electrical charges pass through it, near it, you can observe the deflection in the compass. So there is a change in magnetical effect when current is passing through it, right? So this is the relationship between, and he concluded there is a relationship between the magnetic effect and the electrical energy. Okay, now let's move on to the next concept. So this is a very important, remember this, Hans Christian Ørsted. He did an experiment to know the relationship between the magnetic effect and the electrical energy. So but if you compare, see here you can observe this is the electrical circuit which is given in your textbook. So here he took the same thing what he did in experiment. He took one cardboard paper and this is the conducting wire, long straight conducting wire, copper wire, and he passed the current. So as soon as you pass the current, he saw the deflection in the compass. And remember, if this compass, if it is near to this copper wire, you can see the conduction or you can see the deflection. But if you bring far away, if the compass is far away, you cannot see the deflection. That means it should be near the electrical end. That means it depends upon the distance also where you keep the magnetic compass. Okay, so this is what he gave a relationship between the magnetic effect and the electrical energy. So this is called as magnetic effect of electrical energy. So now let us understand the main important concept in this lesson. So first is magnetic field. The first concept is magnetic field. What do you mean by magnetic field? So the region around the magnet where force of attraction or repulsion can be detected is called magnetic field. Very simple. The definition is very simple. And what I am going to discuss about this lesson, and all are important related to exam point of view. Please listen carefully and observe carefully. Okay, so what is magnetic field? The region, that field means we call it as a region. So region around the magnet, around means surrounding the magnet, where force of attraction and repulsion can be detected. You cannot see, for example, if the magnet is here, you cannot see somewhere else. Okay, we cannot say that is a magnetic field. We have to take the region around the magnet where we can see the attraction. It will attract the objects like, as I told you, iron, nickel, cobalt, like that. Or if it bring another magnet, we can observe the repulsion or attraction. So where with the region where we can observe all those things, we are calling it as magnetic field. And how we can detect the magnetic field around the magnet can be detected by using the magnetic compass. For example, take a bar magnet here. You can observe the bar magnet, and you come surrounding that, you bring a compass. magnetic compass. Where else we can observe the deflection around the magnet, we can say that region, we can say that magnetic field. I think it's clear. The region around the magnet where the force of attraction or repulsion can be detected is called magnetic field, and it can be detected using magnetic compass. Clear? So let's move on to the next one. Next important concepts every time repeatedly they are asking in the exam, that is magnetic field lines. Now till now you learnt about magnetic field. Now it is magnetic field lines. What are these magnetic field lines? Means magnetic field lines are the path. Observe, they are the path. They are not the region. They are the path around the magnet along which the north pole of magnetic compass needle tends to move. Okay, here what happens, you can observe the figure. Here we have a bar magnet, right? If here we have a bar magnet, if you sprinkle the iron fillings, you can observe the pattern, right, obtained around the magnet. You can observe the pattern here you can also here observe the pattern, like the lines like structure, right? These lines or path, we are calling it as magnetic field lines. So what you can write, what are magnetic field lines? The definition for magnetic field lines: magnetic field lines are the path around the magnet along which the north pole of magnetic compass needle tends to move. Where all these lines will move, we can observe. So the magnetic field lines around the magnet can be observed by sprinkling the iron fillings around the magnet. It can be observed by moving the magnetic compass around the magnet. So here you can observe the pattern. These pattern or path we are calling it as magnetic field lines. The path or the lines what we can observe around the magnet, that we can call it as magnetic field lines. Clear? So now related to these magnetic field lines, we have some properties. Those properties are very important. Repeatedly the question is asked, that is, write the properties of magnetic field lines. So observe clearly now. Properties of magnetic field lines, we have three important properties of magnetic field lines. Number one, outside the magnet, magnetic field lines emerge at north pole and merge at south pole. Means they will move from north pole and they will end from, or you can say that they will move from north pole to south pole. So that is outside the magnet. Remember, outside the magnet, magnetic field lines emerge at north pole and merge at south pole, or you can write it as magnetic field lines move from north pole to south pole. But inside the magnet, they will move from south pole to north pole, south to north. Remember, the first property is outside the magnet, magnetic field lines, they will move from north pole to south pole. Inside the magnet, they will move from south pole to north pole. Okay, let's observe here. Here you can observe, right? This is north pole, this is south pole. Observe, this is outside the magnet, right? So outside the magnet, it is moving from north. You can observe the arrow mark. It is moving from north pole to south pole. They will start at north pole, they will end at south pole, right? So that's what we are saying. Outside the magnet, magnetic field lines move from north to south. This is the one. Next, what is the next one? They're saying inside means you can observe these, where these are going from. They are moving from south to north. They are coming from inside, south to north. So which is the first property? Outside the magnet, magnetic field lines move from north to south. First remember, from north to south, outside. Inside the magnet, they will move from south to north. Okay, this is the first property you have to remember. Next, I'm coming to the next property. Magnetic field lines are closer at poles. Yes, magnetic field lines are closer at poles, means force of attraction is more towards the poles. Okay, for example, if you sprinkle the iron fillings, most of the iron fillings are attracted towards the poles, means at the end of the magnet, not at the between. Okay, and degree of closeness of magnetic field lines gives the strength of magnet. That means here you can observe there are more number of magnetic field lines, right, compared to here. So here you can observe more magnetic field lines at the poles, right? So that's what they're saying, that magnetic field lines are closer at poles. They are closer at poles. And remember, if there are more number of magnetic field lines, for example here you can observe only we have 2, right? If you take more number of magnetic field lines, so if there are more number of magnetic field lines, we say that the magnet is more strength, or strength of magnet is more. Or if it is less number of magnetic field lines, we can say that strength of magnet is low or less. Okay, this is the second property you have to remember. First property is the magnetic motion of magnetic field lines, that is outside the magnetic field lines move from north pole to south pole. Inside the magnet they will move from south pole to north pole. Second is more attraction, or the magnetic field lines are closer at poles. And if degree of closeness of magnetic means if they are closer to each other like this, if they are closer to each other, we say that strength of magnet is more. So it gives a strength of magnet. Okay, this is our next one is these magnetic field lines do not intersect each other. For example, you can observe here, if you observe any magnetic field lines, if they are intersecting each other, no. What happens if they intersect each other? ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಟಚ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ನೋಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಎರಡು ಟಚ್ ಆದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಇಂಟರ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್. So that was what we are saying, that they do not intersect each other at all. What happens if they intersect each other? You can observe here. Observe this figure. Here if they intersect each other, ಇಲ್ಲಿ intersect ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, motion ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ they are intersecting. Intersect ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ one it will show in one direction, another will show in second direction. Is there any two direction for magnetic field? No. ನಮಗೆ ಎರಡೆರಡು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಕಾಂಪಾಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಶೋ two direction, which is not possible. It should show only the one direction. Okay, here what happens if they intersect each other, the magnetic field will show two direction, which is not possible. Only it has to show only one direction. Okay, either this side, for example, if you take the magnetic compass, either it has to show like this or one arrow mark, or like this, but it is showing two direction. It is showing like this and it is also showing like this. It is, which is not possible. So what happens, for example, they may ask what the two magnetic field lines do not intersect each other, give reason. Like that, if they ask like that, because if they intersect each other, magnetic field line shows two direction, which is not possible. Okay, this is what you have to write the reason. Again I am repeating, if the magnetic field lines do not intersect each other, if they intersect each other, they will show two directions. Magnetic field line shows two direction, which is not possible. Clear? So this is about the properties of magnetic field lines. Clear? So 1 2 3 points. Practice these points and note down these points and remember it. Okay, next, coming to the next concept, magnetic field due to the current carrying conductor. That means here, as you all know, as soon as if you pass the current through the conductor, we can see the deflection in the compass, right? So here you can observe, if a magnetic compass is placed near the conductor carrying a current, the needle is deflected. This is what we observed in the Hans Christian Oersted experiment, right? So this shows the conductor carrying as a magnetic field around it. Okay, that means that conducting carrier acts as a magnet. As soon as if you pass the, for example, if you consider a wire, if you pass the current through this and if you keep a compass near it, it will show the deflection. Why? Means this conducting wire acts as a magnet. Yes, right. So we can observe the deflection. Here it depends upon the direction of current also. You can observe here, ನೋಡಬಹುದು ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಒಂದು ವೈರ್ಗೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಅದ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಕಾಂಪಾಸ್ ತಂದರೆ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ವೈರ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ವೈರೇ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್ ಆದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಆದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತಂದು ನೋಡೋದಾದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಟು ಸೌತ್, ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ವೈರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಇದು ನಾರ್ತ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಇದು ಸೌತ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಸೊ ದ ವೈರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೌತ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ನೌ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟು ಸೌತ್, ನಾರ್ತ್ ಟು ಸೌತ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಟು ಸೌತ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್. ಈ ಥರ ಈಗ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಕಾಂಪಾಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಈ ಸೈಡ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಕಡೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಟು ಸೌತ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ experiment they observed in this lesson. That means if a direction of current is from north to south, the deflection of magnetic field needle towards east. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಕಡೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದೇ ಏನಾದರೂ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಟು ಸೌತ್, ನೋ ನೌ ದ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸೌತ್ ಟು ನಾರ್ತ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸೌತ್ ಟು ನಾರ್ತ್, ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದರೆ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ, if current changes the direction of current, then magnetic effect also it is changing its deflection. This is what they are concluded by this experiment. Okay, so that means it is moving from north to south, the needle is deflecting towards east, or it is moving from south to north, deflection is moving towards or showing towards west. Okay, so this is what you have to observe in this experiment. Okay, it is clear. Only to know the direction of current and direction of magnetic field, this experiment is conducted. Okay, that means they are reverse of the current reverses the magnetic effect also. Okay, this is what we have to conclude in this experiment. Then let's move on to the wire. As you know, till now we are talking about the conducting wire, right? Always we are in conducting wire, we have three types. ಓಕೆ, ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ವೈರ್ನ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟಾಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ತಗೋಬಹುದು, ಅಂದರೆ ಟು ನೋ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಬೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ವೈರ್ನ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಬೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ದಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಲೂಪ್. ಒಂದೇ ವೈರ್ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೋತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಆ ವೈರ್ನ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ವೈರ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಬೆಂಡ್ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಬೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಲೂಪ್. ಅದನ್ನು ಸುಮಾರು ಸರಿ ಬೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು ಸರಿ ಬೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಸೆಲೆನಾಯ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ಮೂರೂ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಗೆಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ವೈರ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್? ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್, and the one is circular loop, and the one is solenoid. Okay, so if you take only it as it is a straight conductor. If you bend once, it becomes circular loop. If you bend so many times it becomes solenoid. Remember this word solenoid means it is a wire insulating or bends many times, bending many times, we are calling it a solenoid. Okay, straight conductor, circular loop and solenoid. Now let us pass current through one by one. Okay, let's take straight conductor. So now observe magnetic field due to current through a straight conductor. What happens when a current flows in a straight conductor? ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪೇಪರ್ ತಗೋತಾರೆ, ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಪೇಪರ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಪೇಪರ್ಗೆ ಮಧ್ಯ ಹಿ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಹೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಹೋಲಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ನ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ನ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಥ್ರೂ ದಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಹಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಕಲ್ ಸಮ್ ಐರನ್ ಫಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಕಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಐರನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಐರನ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಪರ್, ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಕಾಪರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆ ಕಾಪರ್ ವೈರ್ನ ಇಟ್ಟು ಸುತ್ತಲೂ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂದು ಐರನ್ ಫಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ನ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಹಾಕಿ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ ದ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಇಟ್, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, as soon as current passes through it, these iron fillings forms like a circular pattern agi they will convert. Okay, this is what you have to observe here. So magnetic field around the current carrying straight conductor, here we are taking a straight conductor, is in concentric circles. What happens, they will form like a concentric circle. Nodi illi ಒಂದು cardboard paper, observe here, if we take a cardboard paper and we will place one conductor, around that conductor if you place the iron fillings like this, iron fillings, as soon as if you pass the current through it, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ current pass ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ iron fillings ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ ತರ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ, they will form like a concentric circle. This you have to remember how the formation of magnetic field lines in the straight conductor, when we pass the current they will convert in the form of concentric circles, and it can be observed by passing the current straight conductor through a cardboard, sprinkling iron fillings in it. Okay. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಂಬರ್ ಒನ್, ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ದಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಪಾಸ್ ದಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್, ದ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಅ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ಸ್. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ದೇರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆದರೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್, ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ನಾನು in previous concept we discussed, if we change the direction of current, magnetic effect also it changes its direction, right? So illi kuda they will change the direction, but ee direction na change madoke we have one rule. Yav rule? Depending upon one rule we are going to conclude the direction of magnetic field and the direction of current. So to know the direction of magnetic field lines when current passing through it, or direction of current changes, this can be explained by the rule called as right hand thumb rule. So here ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ if we change the direction of current, what happens to the direction of magnetic field? To know about this, we are using the rule called as right hand thumb rule. This is very important. So you can observe both the pictures. So first current is moving upwards. ನಿಮ್ಮ ರೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಥಂಬ್ ಈ ಥರ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಥಂಬ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಫಿಂಗರ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ direction of magnetic field and the current. So that's what we are saying, right hand thumb rule. Okay, so now in the first case here, if a current moves upwards, the thumb indicates the direction of current. So here the thumb finger is indicating the direction of current. The remaining, you can observe, the remaining fingers are showing the direction of magnetic field lines. How it is? Like anti-clockwise. So these are in the anti-clockwise direction. So magnetic field lines are remaining fingers. You can observe, keep your thumb finger like this, how it is shown like this. So the thumb indicates the direction of, here the thumb is indicating upwards, that means the current is moving upwards. The remaining other fingers shows the, as I told you, so remaining magnetic field will be in the concentric circles, right? So these concentric circles are like anti-clockwise. So you can observe here, the first thing, if current is moving towards upwards, the magnetic field lines will be anti-clockwise direction. Observe the second figure. If current is moving downwards, now you change your thumb to down direction. You make the same thing, down direction. If you make the down direction, current is moving downwards, so here the magnetic field lines will be clockwise. These are clockwise, these are anti-clockwise. Okay, this is what you have to remember in this both the cases. And this is explained by which rule? Right hand thumb rule. Why we are using for right hand thumb rule? This right hand thumb rule gives the direction of straight conductor. Remember, we are using for straight conductor to know the direction of magnetic field as well as direction of current. How it is indicating? Here we are taking thumb finger and remaining other fingers. Thumb finger indicates the direction of current, other fingers indicates the direction of magnetic field lines. If thumb finger is upwards, means current is moving upwards, magnetic field lines will be anti-clockwise. Okay, then if the magnetic field lines downwards, if the current is moving downwards, then the magnetic field lines will be clockwise. So this is explained by which rule? Right hand thumb rule. So this is about when current is moving or passing towards a straight conductor. Okay, next, which is our next conductor? It is our loop, circular loop. So let's move on to that one. When magnetic field due to current through a circular loop, that means if a current is passing towards a circular loop, as I told you, if you take a straight wire, it will be a straight conductor. If you bend it once like this, if you bend like this, it becomes a loop. So what happens here? We can observe, when current is passed through a circular conductor or loop, a magnetic field lines is in the form of concentric. Here also we can observe concentric circles around the conductor. But towards the center around the circle becomes larger and it appears like a straight line. You can observe here and observe the whole here. Observe here, if we observe here, if we sprinkle the iron fillings, here also we can observe the concentric circles only, but here we have two direction. We can observe both the two direction in the same case. Here the one's current is moving upwards. Here if it is current is moving upwards, it is upwards means how we can see anti-clockwise. Right here you can observe anti-clockwise. Here again it is coming downwards. In both we can observe in the single. Here it is coming downwards. So if it is downwards, here we can observe it is clockwise. So both we can observe, but as soon as it is more and more like that concentric circles, it become a straight line also. Here you can observe, look here, anti-clockwise, clockwise. Both we can observe anti-clockwise, clockwise, because the current moves from here down upwards and also downwards. So both we can observe anti-clockwise and clockwise. But in the case of straight, only you can observe when we change the direction of current. If it is moving downwards, it is clockwise. If it is moving upwards, it will be anti-clockwise. Here in the loop we can observe both, and here, and this we can explain this rule by called as Maxwell screw rule also. As you all know, you will screw, right? Screwing the net. When you're screwing the net using the screwdriver, the same thing, how you will turn, if you downwards it will move clockwise, if you are moving upwards it will move like anti-clockwise, the same thing. So this rule can be explained by Maxwell corkscrew rule also. So this is about how the direction can be observed in a straight conductor as well as loop. The left is solenoid. So this will be explained in next session. I think today we learnt about the properties of magnet and Hans Christian Oersted magnetic effects experiment and definition of magnetic field, definition of magnetic field lines, properties of magnetic field lines, and the direction of magnetic field as well as current. Means there is a relationship between the magnetic field and the current in direction also. And how many types of conductors we have? Straight conductor, circular loop and solenoid. And we pass the current through straight conductor as well as loop. In straight conductor, we observed the direction changes by using the right hand thumb rule. And in loop we can observe both direction in a single loop, okay, and that can be explained by Maxwell corkscrew rule. Okay, this is about today's session. If you like this video, do subscribe my channel, share with your friends and keep watching. In next session, let's understand more concepts in this lesson. Till then, thank you.